Today is December 20th, 2017. My name is Joe Todd. This is an interview with Martin Barthlomew in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Sir, where were you born?
In Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. And when's your birthday?
May 9th, 1958.
1958. Who is your father?
Les Bartholomew.
Les Bartholomew. And your mother?
Bertha.
What was her maiden name?
Taylor.
Taylor. Did you go through school in Oklahoma City?
No, all here at Bartlesville. I
When
was
did-
adopted and brought here when I was a baby.
Okay, okay. What year did you graduate?
76,
From
college high.
College High. It was still College High then.
Yep.
Now, Les, is he your biological father or adopted father?
Adopted father.
Okay, okay. What type of work did your father do?
He was a research engineer for Phillips
Okay.
Petroleum.
Okay. What did you do for recreation in high school?
What did I do?
Mhm.
We were raised on a farm. I didn't do much recreation. I worked on the farm all the time.
What did you do in the farm?
Oh, we, raised animals and horses and cow, sheep. Had about an acre garden.
Okay.
We had stayed busy and cut wood stuff.
Where's the farm located?
It's about 5 miles southwest of Bartlesville,
Okay. Oh, down by,
pretty close to Hughes Ranch.
okay. Down by Jesse Creek down there?
Yes.
Okay. What crops were you raising in your garden?
What crops? Oh, we raised just corn and cantaloupe and green beans and tomatoes and potatoes and sweet potatoes, just about all kinds of things. Anything you grow in the garden, Dad planted.
Yep. And did you have cattle?
Had a few when I was young, and then we raised horses.
Okay.
And then Dad taught in writing and, taught Western pleasure and English pleasure. Of course, all us kids wrote.
Yep.
So,
What did you do after high school?
well, I went to work first, and then went into the military in '86.
Okay. Where'd you go to work?
I worked for Ken Fouts Security here in Bartlesville and Arby's and Payless, lots of places.
Okay.
But mainly I did security work.
Okay. Now, you in the Army?
Yes.
When did you join the Army?
June 22nd, 1986.
Why did you join the Army over the Navy, Marines, or the Air Force?
I was Army, and I wanted to serve. My dad had been in World War II, the Korean War. I think I was just kind of carrying on the tradition.
Okay. Where'd you go for your basic training?
Fort Benning, Georgia.
Tell me about basic.
It was interesting. It was a lot of training, different weapons, a lot of physical training. It was infantry. So we did a lot of 20-mile road hikes and lots of field training, and I don't know, that's about it. It's about all we did is train.
Yeah.
I mean, my AIT was just like my boot,
Yeah.
so, and maybe pretty stout, I think.
What's your most vivid memory of basic training?
Bit whack. It was a lot of fun. Us guys, our platoon decided, they put us all out in a field. A lot of trees behind us, open field in front of us. And they decided we had to do a simulated war type thing. So we were supposed to go out into the field and attack whatever assailants were out there, and I think it was supposed to be mountain men that were supposed to be out there. And of course they were acting like Russian attackers. They, dropped a couple of big helicopters in the field. People got out, and of course we had 4 units, and all 3 of them decided they just hit them head on. The rest of us got together and thinking, well, there's a access road behind us. So we got the access road and took the other platoon that we were with that was supposed to be trying to attack us. And we got them, and we scored the highest. So, yeah, we got a little, we thought we'd kind of get in trouble at first, but the drills thought, no, you did good. So we earned a couple of days easy.
Yeah.
So,
Now, was your AIT at Fort Benning also?
yes.
How did AIT compare to basic training?
To me, it wasn't that much different, just more training.
Now, what's your most vivid memory of AIT?
We were out in the field most all the time I was there. Somewhere, we didn't spend a whole lot of time at the, facility with all the buildings.
Yeah.
And we didn't spend much time at the barracks. We spent all our time in the field, learning our specialties.
Now, how long did basic last?
12 weeks, I think.
And how long was AIT?
Well, it was, 4 weeks, and then, let's see. Well, like I said, it was 12 weeks.
Yeah.
AIT and boot. I can't tell you exactly because things didn't change a whole lot. I mean, I was always training with firearms and explosives and things like that. So to me, it wasn't that much different.
Yeah.
So,
So what did you do after your AIT?
I came back here and went to the 45th.
Okay.
And was there for 3 years, transferred to 304th.
304.
Maintenance. They're the 122nd ARCO.
Okay.
731st, I think it was 731st, 122nd ARCO. And,
But that's reserves?
yes, those are reserves. And then we went from there to Desert Storm.
Okay.
Well, Shield Storm.
What was your job in the unit? What did you do?
Well, I had changed my MOS while I was at my reserve center. They made me a 76 Victor, which is warehousing and crating specialist. But
Now,
when
what is- Now, what do you do as a warehouse?
oh, we loaded trucks and stored incoming equipment and repaired generators and that's about it. That's about what the company did.
What was your reaction when you heard that Iraq had invaded Kuwait?
Didn't think about it too much. I kind of figured, well, if we're going to go, we're going to go. That's what I'm here for. If I've got to go to war, that's what I'm going to do.
So
Didn't want to go, but, I don't think anybody really wants to go to war. But they do because it's part of what they have to do. It's part of what you signed on for. So we did. And I got put on a security team when I got over there because of my 11 Bravo MOS. So I spent my time running fences.
So when you called active duty?
Pardon?
When were you called to active duty?
But it was November of '90.
What was your reaction when you were called to active duty? What were you thinking?
I wasn't ready to go. I mean, I kind of felt good about going, but then at that time I had married and had 5 kids, 2 real young ones. And I didn't really want to leave, but you got to do what you got to do.
So you were called to active duty, and where'd you go?
We went to Fort Sill first and then to Bahrain.
Where?
Bahrain,
Bahrain. Okay. How'd you travel to Bahrain?
by aircraft.
Okay. How long did the trip take?
Probably about 12 hours.
Okay.
Because seemed like it's like 9, 10 hours in the air, and we landed in Germany, and then we went from there to Bahrain. So yeah, more like 16, 17 hours.
Okay.
Because we had to sit down a while in Germany.
You recall the date you landed in Bahrain?
Was January 8th or 9th of '91.
So what'd you do in Bahrain?
Just trained and got ready to go out to the field. You know, not really a whole lot. They just kind of, you know, we just hung out. And they tried to keep us kind of, I think they was trying to keep us kind of calm. You know, and we had to hit Mach 4 a lot because they were always firing those Scud missiles over us. And so Mach 4 a lot. Don't think we ever got hit by chemicals. I think one of the reserve units that was there, like a guard type unit was there, they hit that once. I mean, blew a shell through it. Really hurt a lot of guys. But it wasn't in the area that we were at. It was like maybe a mile and a half from where we were.
Yeah. They were firing Scuds over you?
They were, firing right over us continuously. Yeah.
Yeah. How long were you in Bahrain?
We were there probably about 3 weeks when we went out to field.
Did you have any contact with the local people, Bahrain?
A little bit, not too much. They were kind of keeping us away from a lot of people. You know, about what we would do is stay at the facility. We'd eat, go back to the facility. We weren't allowed to go too much into town, that kind of stuff. We had to stay with the unit.
What type of quarters did you have?
Pardon me, sir?
What type of quarters did you have?
It was nice. I mean, you know, we had, it was a pretty nice area. You know, they were more like large apartment buildings that they kept us in.
Okay. So from Bahrain, where'd you go?
I went, and I don't know for sure. I went, the closest thing I can remember was, and now I can't remember.
Go to Saudi
Because we were
Arabia?
like 24 miles from the corner of Saudi, Kuwait, and Iraq.
So you went to Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, well, we were in, yeah.
Okay. And how'd you travel up to the border with Iraq?
By truck.
Up Capline Road?
Might have been. They weren't telling us a lot. We were told to load up, and we loaded up. And we went through Turkey. I remember going through Turkey. They let us out there for a little bit, and then right from Turkey to wherever we ended up.
Now, where's
Dal-Haran. That was what was real close to us.
Now, why'd you go to Turkey?
We had to go through there on our way to the field.
Okay. So, now where's Bahrain located?
I really don't know. I'd have to look at a map.
Is it in the Persian Gulf?
Yes. Yeah.
So you went from the Persian Gulf to Turkey? And
No,
then-
well, we landed in Saudi Arabia.
Yes, okay.
Okay. Then went to the facility I was telling you about
Okay, you
before.
probably landed in Dahran, that's where everybody landed.
Yeah, I probably said it wrong, but maybe it was Bahrain that we were close to.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Okay, okay. Were you in Kobar Towers?
Yes,
Okay,
that's familiar.
that's that Dahran, yeah. What did you think of Kobar Towers?
It was nice.
You know why they were built, don't you?
Don't, sir, don't.
The king of Arabia, like 10 years before, built them for all the Bedouins.
Right.
And the Bedouins came in and said, we're not living there, and left. And they sat there empty for 10 years until we showed up.
Okay. Well, it was a large facility. There were
Yes, it
several
was.
buildings.
Yes, it was. Tell me about convoying up to the Iraqi border.
Okay, that was all by truck.
Okay.
It was deuce and a half that we went.
So what's the terrain like over there?
You know, I was thinking when I first went into the desert that it was going to be dunes, and it was like just flat and trashy. You know, and little white pickups running around out in the fields everywhere. You know, and yeah, it was just trashy, just flat land.
How long
Hardly
did-
even saw a cactus. You know, things you think you'd see in a desert, just no.
How long did the trip take?
Probably about, to where we ended up, probably about 9, well, actually about 7 hours, I think.
Okay. And how far were you from the Iraqi border?
About 24 miles.
Okay.
Well, we were real close. We had a 7th was firing their Patriots not a mile and a half from where we were. So, because we were attached to 7th when we went there.
Okay. And you recall the date you arrived up there?
In the desert?
Yes.
No,
Okay.
not really. Probably, guesstimation, probably about the 14th, 15th of January.
Okay. So what'd you do until the Grand War started?
And just secure our company in our area.
How'd you pass the time?
A lot of cleaning. And I did a lot of fence running. I was kind of watching fences all the time. That's what I
Why would
did
you watch?
at night.
Why would you watch fences?
Make sure the enemy didn't come across them.
Okay. Okay.
And I did that just about the whole time I was there.
Now, what kind of quarters did you have in the desert?
Tents.
Tents.
Big tents. Pardon me.
What color were the tents?
Pardon?
What color were the tents?
Gray.
We had green tents. We had jungle tents. It's hard to hide jungle tents in the desert.
Yeah.
The Holly Trail.
Yeah, everybody had a certain area, you know, and they had a post sitting up and they had arrows and stuff on it. And pointing to which direction is U.S. and Bartlesville, Oklahoma. And it was funny. We called that facility the swamp. So they had names for all our tents.
What was the weather over there?
Hot. It was hot daytime and it was pretty chilly at night.
How was the dust blowing?
Always, yeah. We saw around here. You see the F1 type tornadoes. We saw those. They were dust devils all the time. So, yeah. Even the first time I ever saw it really rain mud. Mm-hmm. It did. We got a real bad windstorm and sucked all that sand up in the air, and rain came and it brought that all back down, and it messed up the camp. And I still have sand in my BDUs.
So how long did that rain last?
Not very long. It lasted about 20, 25 minutes and it was gone, just as quick as it got there.
Mm-hmm. So when the Grand War started, what did you do?
We pretty much stayed in our area. And we're pretty much just waiting for equipment and stuff to come in to fix and start cleaning up the mess.
Now, what was your job?
It was still the same. I was running fences
Running fences.
and making sure we didn't have anybody come inside the compound.
Okay.
That's about what I did. Did it at night.
Was there an installation near where you were, or were you just out in the desert by yourself?
I don't remember too many installations around us other than that Patriot battery.
Okay.
So, I'm sure there was.
Yeah.
But not very much.
Did you cross into Iraq?
I didn't go in Iraq. Went in Kuwait.
Kuwait. Okay.
As far as I know, they were hush hush about us. Our company was something else.
So, tell me about going from Arabia into Kuwait.
Took us about an hour and a half to go straight across the desert into Kuwait City. We got to the Kuwaiti border. We got out and secured a blown out Kuwaiti post. We got inside and we're looking through that, and then went from that. Well, it was the border, and then we went from there to Kuwait City.
Okay. What'd you do at Kuwait City?
We looked around at damage and watched them blow up some ordnance, and that was bad ordnance. The Iraqis had real unstable ammo and explosives. They were blowing them up out in the sea. Pardon.
Did you see any Iraqi military?
None.
Okay. How long you were in Kuwait City?
Not very long, probably 2, 3, 4 hours.
Then where'd you go?
We went back to our site.
Okay.
So
Why'd you go to Kuwait City?
I don't know, maybe to make the captain look good. I don't know. it was something else going from where we were across the desert, Saudi, into Kuwait, because it was blowing up tanks everywhere, body pieces, and it was, yeah, I need a break.
I'm sorry?
I need a little bit of a break here.
Oh, okay.
No, I'll be all right, man. Yeah, as we went through the desert, we were checking tanks and equipment around those tanks. And I guess they were seeing if they needed to pick anything up. And so we were looking inside blown out tanks, and it was bad when we got to Kuwait border. When we went to that first outpost, it was bad. It was bad. It was rough.
Why was it bad?
Well, it's just the smell of death, seeing all the damage, seeing where, the Kuwaiti soldiers you could tell where they'd taken their life because the blood splattered all over the walls and stuff. It was gross and scary, a little bit scary.
In Kuwait City, do you have any contact with the Kuwaitis?
Yeah, they were glad to see us. They welcomed us like we were heroes, I guess. But there doesn't be a soldier that makes you a hero, in my opinion.
So you come back to Arabia, and what do you do?
We just sat there for another 3 or 4 months and repaired equipment, generators and radios, and I was still doing the same thing.
Now, where is this equipment coming from?
From what we had lost in their bombings and had been damaged, that they had been picking up from other places, bringing back. We started fixing equipment out of Kuwait that they had brought back to us. We didn't go get it. They had brought it to us. And that was really about it. And me pulling fences.
Now, this equipment, was it American equipment? Was it Kuwaiti equipment, or what?
It was both.
Both?
Yes.
Okay. And did you help repair the equipment?
I didn't. I was doing security fences.
Okay.
I sleep days and work at night.
Okay.
And, when I got kind of bored during the day, I'd go clean trucks up. So, I used to take the guys to the phone.
Take the guys to the phone?
Yeah, they'd load up in the Deuce, and I'd take them down and use the phone. We didn't get to do that very often.
Where were the phones?
I don't know. Way across the desert. We'd get in the desert and drive to them, and we were told which way to go, and that's how we do. We did not know too much about anything.
Now, how'd you know where you were going to get to the phones?
We were following a Jeep.
Okay.
And so, I guess the captain and lieutenant, we were following. No, lieutenant was with us. We were following the captain. So, we like I said, I don't really know where we were. I just figured we were just, all I knew is we were awful close to all of it. And, because you could hear it. I mean, when the Air Force was coming over, blowing things up, you could hear it. You could feel the earth rumble. So, and especially when they launched one of those Patriots, a little puff of dust from that side, and big vibration, and solid time.
Now, when you crossed into Kuwait, did you cross the berm that the Iraqis had built?
No, I think we were on a road.
Okay.
Yeah, it was flat.
Because the Iraqis had built this big berm between.
I didn't get to see
border.
that.
Okay.
I don't think.
They may not have built it on the Iraqi border with Arabia. I think it was on the border between Iraq and Arabia. They built this big berm across the whole border.
We didn't go very close to Iraq. We were
Okay.
Kuwait.
What vehicles did you have?
Deuce in the Hass and Humvees. Had some big diesel trucks, big tractor trailers. Had some large forklifts. Jeeps. That was really about the size of our equipment, and some repair units. That actually had a hitch on the back, and they'd be able to pick the generators up and move them if they were that big. Couldn't be handled by hand.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't remember what they called that truck. It was some sort of large maintenance truck.
Now, where did you go in Kuwait City? Go to the airport, or where did you go?
Airport.
Airport?
No, not Kuwait, just into the main part of the town.
Okay.
Near the ocean. So
Was there much damage there?
I don't think I ever saw the airport.
Okay. Was there much damage there in that area, in Kuwait City?
Kuwait was really blown up. They had messed it all up. You know, the Iraqis had gone in there and trashed everything. You know, anything that meant anything to the Kuwaitis, they'd blown it to pieces. And they had ransacked a lot of the jewelry stores and grocery stores, about anything. They had gone in and ransacked or tore up or blew up. There was a lot of damage in Kuwait. If there was I remember this one ship that they had that was actually I guess had turned it into a kind of like a cafeteria, and it was partially up on the bank. And of course, it was obvious it had been there before, been there a while. But it was something that was, to the Kuwaitis, meant something. They went in there and they had blown it up. I mean, just what they did was just stupid, was silly. It made no sense. What they did made no sense. You know, it wasn't like that they had gone in there and got into warfare. It was like they just went in there and tore it all up and hurt the civilians. That's exactly what it looked like. You could tell there hadn't been a lot of hand-to-hand, and there. It's just like they just kind of blew everything up, and you know, there had to be some, because they finally got them out of there. But I mean, it didn't show too much of that. It just showed where things had happened. I mean, holes in walls and buildings and things blown up. That's all I can say, that just blown it up.
Were you afraid that Saddam might use chemicals?
Probably, but I never thought about it too much. You know, that's one thing you don't do in wars. You think about what could happen, but you don't. What's a good term? You know, you hope for the best, but you expect the worst, but you don't think about it. You can't be of my feelings. You can't be in a war zone and just think about the possibility of getting blown up. You'd never make it.
Now, how were you resupplied?
We went to King Fahd military base. We'd take a big semi there, pick up supplies and bring them back to.
Okay. What supplies would you bring back?
Mainly food and water. Lots of water.
The food was what, MREs?
Yes. We had one meal that was hot. It was breakfast, and then everything else was MREs. Picked a lot of coffee. Or ascorbic acid is what they said on this little video. The guys will give your ascorbic acid to Bart. He likes coffee.
Have any dust storms?
Always. I mean, well, not always, but there were a lot of them, and a lot, like I said, was dust devils. And they were all over the desert.
How'd you get the dust out of everything?
We didn't. We just had to clean it up after one of them came through, or a dust storm came through, and just keep doing that over and over again. So that's what we did. We had to do a lot of maintenance. The people that worked with the generators and that kind of stuff would be the ones cleaning our stuff up, because they knew what to do with it. I didn't know too much about that stuff.
What weapon did you have?
M16 A1 rifle
How'd you
and a
keep,
grenade launcher.
and a grenade launcher? How'd you get the dust out of your weapon?
Cleaned it every day. Cleaned it every day. Kept it loaded, close, and cleaned it every day. And mine needed to be. I had to have a couple of discussions. I can't go there.
I'm sorry?
I don't want to go too much into that.
Okay.
Be better if I didn't.
Yes. Did any Iraqis ever come across the border that you know of?
That I know of, no.
Yeah.
Not anywhere close to us.
Okay. How long were you in Arabia?
5 months.
5 months.
And they sent me back in May.
They sent you back where?
Sent me back in May.
May.
Yeah. Unit stayed till June.
Okay. Why'd they send you back?
got real depressed. And he put me on a medication that I had an adverse reaction to, and it set me back on my back.
Yeah.
I stayed up until May.
Okay. And they sent you back to the States?
Sent me to Germany first and then back to the States.
Okay.
I came back stateside May 9th.
May 9th.
My
You-
birthday.
Yeah. And you landed where?
Fort Sill.
Fort Sill?
No, Reynolds first.
Reynolds is?
What was it? I think I went Fort Sill and they took me to Reynolds Hospital, the hospital.
At Fort Sill?
No, I was in the Reynolds Hospital and I can't think of what the name of it is. I think I'm probably missing something that would pull it together. But I was there for 2 weeks.
Okay.
I was getting my head cleared out. I was in bad shape when I came back.
You stay in the reserves after that?
Stayed until 92.
I'm sorry?
In 92, they released me.
Okay. That when you were discharged?
That's when I was discharged.
Okay.
Honorably discharged.
When did you get your discharge in 92?
June 22nd,
June 22nd.
1992.
Okay. What'd you do after you got your discharge?
Went to work.
Where'd you go to work?
Back to, first South Security and then Glen Security, and then I ended up going to Tulsa City Security after that. Spent the rest of the time there. I'd been there. I'd done security pretty much since 87.
Okay.
Or no, it would have been 85. That's when I went to work for Fouts, because I was working for him when I went to boot.
What's your most vivid memory of Desert Storm?
Probably being in the Kuwaiti War. You know, and that was dramatic. Not a nice memory. Going across the desert to Kuwait was not a nice memory.
Would you join the Army again?
Too old now.
I'm sorry?
I'm too old now.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I had to do it again, I would.
Okay. I would like to do a word association. I'll give you some words and you give me your reaction.
Okay.
The first one is basic training.
Fun and work.
AIT.
Same, fun and work.
Kobar Towers.
Boring.
I'm sorry?
Boring.
Boring. Saudi Arabia.
Was just a rough place. Too many memories and not good.
Kuwait.
Listen, and I mean, that made me angry and it made me angry and want to fight. That's what it wanted me to do. I mean, it was a mess. It was a mess.
Arnold Schwarzenegger. Not Schwarzenegger. Arnold Schwarzkopf.
Who?
Arnold, General Schwarzkopf.
He's a good guy.
Yeah. I don't know where Arnold Schwarzenegger came from.
Yeah. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I got to meet him actually once.
He did.
It was weird, yeah. I met him at the phone one day. Guys were there and the guys were there talking on the phone, and I was watching the truck. I was standing outside, and of course I smoke cigarettes then. I don't anymore. But I was smoking a cigarette, and here's this, tough-looking guy come up to me, and good-sized guy. And it was one of those guys you just automatically knew, and it's dark. Automatically knew was an officer. You just,
Yes.
but I mean, he says, "Well, how you doing?" And it was a weird conversation because all he said was, "How you doing this evening?" Or no, he asked me what I was doing. I said, "I'm watching the truck. My guys are here using the phone." And he says, and asked me how I was doing, and I said, "Well, I guess I'm doing all right, sir." And I'm sir, and And he said, "Well," he told me to take care, and wandered off. So.
George Bush.
He was a good president. He handled it right. I just don't think we finished the job. We didn't finish the job.
Well, the king of Arabia made a stop. He didn't want Saddam taken out. Saddam Hussein.
Just evil. Evil, hateful, and mean.
How do you want to be remembered?
As a good dad. I'm not, the way I came home, I'm not real, for some reason I don't feel, I don't feel like, I guess I feel like I didn't do my job, even though I did. They told me after counseling and stuff, but I did my job. I did what I was supposed to do. But I felt bad because I came home before my guys did. I should have come home with my guys. They wouldn't let me.
Anything else you want to talk about?
That's not too much I want. I've got the PTSD, and my therapist is saying it's probably partially due to that. So I'm being treated for that.
Well, this is a very good interview. I want to thank you for your service and thank you for the interview. And again, this is December 20th, 2017. My name is Joe Todd. This has been an interview with Martin Barthlomew in Bartlesville, Oklahoma. Thank you.
It's just